We started originally with the fruits and vegetables. It was an outside wagon, you know, so you're limited to, we did a little bit of baked goods, but you don't have a refrigerator or freezer or anything, so you're really limited to the type of products you can sell. I think the motivating factor was these people are here, and I'm certain that they would buy other things if you had it to sell, right? In about the middle of 2016, we purchased this property. It used to be a nursery. We cleaned up the front corner a little bit and put a few Band-Aids on the building and opened our doors as a tiny little farm market. In the first summer we were in there, customers would come in and say, "Oh, I thought maybe you sell ice cream. Oh, I thought maybe you sell ice cream. You guys should sell ice cream." Like, we just heard it over and over and over again.
It's becoming really weird.
I think the Lord was speaking to us. That in 2017, when we added the ice cream and soft pretzels, that was the year that it just really exploded. Yeah. We were in a much smaller, like a 1,500 square foot building down in the Lower Stone lot for 3 years. A year into that, we decided we need to do something. And from that point, it was 2 years until we put a shovel in the ground here. And then it was about 8 months until we opened our doors. One of the things that I would tell our team still is it's got to feel like a farm market. This cannot feel like a grocery store. And the lower shelves that you can actually see over was part of that effort. And we wanted the height over on the other side and decided, you know what, just keep that ceiling up there. It's cheaper to do it that way anyway. And it helps make it feel bigger than it actually is because of that tall ceiling. The other side of the wall is what we call our creamery and grill area. We're open year-round, and people still eat ice cream and burgers and fries over the winter, although just not as frequently or not as much. So that's been very good for the business, and it also has been helpful in bringing customers in, and you'll see them, they get their ice cream or their dinner, whatever they came for, and then they come over here, they're kind of on a sugar buzz, and they buy some more sugar and other things. When we did our layout, we chose to build one big open kitchen because what we wanted to accomplish is to be able to trade help between departments as they need it. So, you know, over lunchtime, the grill gets really slammed. We might pull 1 or 2 girls that are helping in the kitchen. We did all our own layout in here as well. Now, we've reset a few pieces that we didn't get quite right, but for the most part, it is the same as what it was. This end of the kitchen is what we would call our bakery and food prep. The far end of the kitchen, the back corner, is the grill line where we do all our burgers and fries, and then the front corner is all ice cream equipment. So 32 flavors of hand-dipped, 6 flavors of soft serve, 12 flavors of Italian ice. We do have our outdoor dining area, which that outdoor space really played in our favor, and that's kind of a draw to especially ice cream customers. No matter how many times you build, there's always going to be something that you do different. Office space, that's an area that we probably went a little light on. You know, we came from the little 1,600 square foot building, and as we stepped into this, well, now we're carrying a lot more products on the farm market side. The menu and the grill and the creamery got larger. What the kitchen is making got larger. So just, you know, recipe management, supplier management, the marketing and advertising, like that all grew with that, which is more back-end overhead. You know, a lot of times they need a computer and a place to sit. You know, on a shift like tonight, we would have a shift lead in charge. So every shift, if the supervisor is not present, the shift has a shift leader that's in charge. Typically, somebody at least 20 or older, you know. So you can have a great group of teenagers that can get a lot done if they have one responsible adult that's keeping the show going. I see some of you laughing.
how do you incentivize your staff to be friendly? Because you can't manufacture the friendliness. You can give them the paycheck to do the job.
Right. We on the financial incentive, which money, I'll just say this: money is a very poor motivator. So I don't know that this plays a whole lot into it But on the ice cream side, people actually tip quite a bit. Because we don't have waiter and waitresses, they leave the tips at the counter, so then we split it up based on the number of hours they work during the time the pool was collected and all that. But then beyond that, just instilling in them the type of culture you're looking for, and you beat that drum over and over and over and over again. We have these treat cards that we have out at the counter, and we make our share of mistakes out there. But if we mess up an order, they're responsible to make sure that customer leaves happy. Now, I tell them still, if you give the whole store away, you probably went a little too far. But you have the responsibility and the privilege of making that right for that customer. This is what we expect out of you, and you just keep working it. And it's one of them things you can't let your foot off the pedal, or it doesn't coast very long. Every Monday morning, I send out an all-employee email as part of our communication loop. But in there, at the end of that, I'll pull like social media reviews or feedback that we got verbally from a customer, and you pass that along to them, because you can forget still. You see these things and they don't. So as a way of affirming what they're doing. And again, trying to instill those same values and way of thinking into your people.